Welcome to Minnetonka High School and Einar Anderson Stadium for State Class 6A football. Should be a good quarterfinal matchup for you here tonight. The number 5 seed, the Prior Lake Lakers, and the number 4 seed, the Maple Grove Crimson. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Bill Huntstock. And Bill, got a couple of great 6A games in the first night of quarterfinals, and we're looking for another pretty even matchup. On paper, these teams look like they should balance out pretty well.
Oh, absolutely. I think this is going to be a very good game. We had two very close games last night, a 1-point win and a 2-point win. So I think we're going to have a very close game tonight because we have two very good defenses and two very competent offenses.
Both teams primarily running the football tonight, and who can establish things up front, I think, is going to be a big key, because there's no doubt both of their defenses have been lockdown kind of defenses against their opponents this year.
Absolutely, and Prior Lake's defense has a couple of real strengths. I think their inside linebackers are very strong. They've got one or two very good defensive linemen. I think the strength with the Maple Grove defense is their overall speed and quickness, but they also have some pretty good defensive backs that can come up and fill and support the run game.
Maple Grove saying this is probably going to be the best defense they've seen this year, and Prior Lake saying Maple Grove's is the fastest defense that they've seen all season. Let's talk about key players to keep an eye on in tonight's contest, starting with Prior Lake. A nice article on their guy Alex Hart in the paper this week. He's going to play a lot as a linebacker, also as a fullback in their offense.
Yeah, it's amazing that in Class 6A we still have a lot of guys that go both ways, even if it's just part-time. And Alex Hart is one of those guys. He's a good fill-in at the fullback spot in their wing T offense, but his primary position is that as one of those inside linebackers. I think one of his strengths is physically is that he reacts to the ball well, and when he moves, he goes. He comes downhill hard, and he fills the seams very well. And that's what you have to have an inside linebacker do. He's a good tackler, all-around very good player.
And a state champion wrestler as well for the Lakers, and a guy who, a big contrast size-wise certainly, but has had a very nice season for Maple Grove. Chris Fondakowski isn't the first name you think of when you think of Crimson football, but he has made a lot of big plays for them defensively.
Right, he's very good at getting himself in the right position. He's not the biggest guy. I don't know if he's even the best tackler on their team, but he does tackle well, but he gets in position well. He can tackle for loss. He's had a few of those. He's made some interceptions. He recovers fumbles. He creates fumbles. And he's all over the field. He plays an outside linebacker, strong safety type position. So that puts him in a place where he can see the backfield pretty well, and he can get involved right now.
All right, should be an entertaining contest. The winner goes on to the semifinals next Friday night. Couple of good clubs. One of them is going to have their season end here tonight, though. The Lakers and the Crimson coming up on 12 Sports. State football action coming up next.
It's time to drop the puck on a new season of boys hockey on November 21st and 22nd. Tune in for live coverage of the Channel 12 Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament from the Plymouth Ice Center.
Right tag gets in, free score!
Host Wayzata will be joined by Maple Grove, Holy Family, and two-time defending state champion Edina.
Nice move to the backhand, now he shoots, he scores!
All 4 games will be live on Channel 12 and 12.tv. Skate in for all the action starting at 5 p.m. each day.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
And welcome back here to Minnetonka, as a good contingent of Maple Grove fans and Prior Lake fans have made their way to this outstanding stadium for this one here. Kind of a cool feeling here. We've got a high school stadium, but at a very nice one for all these quarterfinal round games.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is a first-class facility.
So look at Class 6A, the bracket so far. Totino Grace, a 2-point win over Mounds View, and Lakeville North, a 1-point win over Rosemount. So the 2 and 3 seeds have already been eliminated. And we've got Eden Prairie playing Eastridge the same night as this one, Friday night. And the winner goes on to play either Eastridge or Eden Prairie at Edina next Friday night. Maple Grove won the toss but deferred their choice till the second half, and Prior Lake has chosen to receive the kickoff. Luke Bednarik and Jacob Simonson waiting back deep here for the Lakers as Tyler Knutson puts it on the tee and gets set to kick off here tonight. Not going to be extremely warm, but weather seems a little better than what maybe we were anticipating based on earlier in the day and last night. Rained a little bit earlier, but not too bad right now.
And this field plays very nicely even in the wet, so even if it starts to rain, that won't be an issue.
Knutson's going to kick this one short, and it skids down the sideline, taken at the 16-yard line there by Bednarik. Flag flies down, and this is going to be a penalty on the return here against the Lakers, it would appear, for perhaps a block in the back. And so they will not have very good field position to open things up here on this opening drive. Well-covered kick, well-placed kick by Maple Grove. The danger there, you don't want to put it out of bounds, but he was able to keep it in.
And that pointy-ended ball bounces funny when it's skidding around on the ground, so that's always an advantage that you look for with the kickoff.
It is indeed an illegal block in the back, as Bill had noted. So back to the 8-yard line. There's a look at Lucas Olson, what he's done this season as the quarterback for the Lakers. Not a team that's looking to throw the ball a ton. You know, roughly 10 times per game based on that. And Maple Grove doesn't throw it a whole lot, but a little bit more than that on average anyway coming in. So first down for the Lakers. I'll call it the 9-yard line, 1st and 10 for Prior Lake as they get their first possession started. Handoff going up the middle and well defended by the Crimson as they're able to chop down Hart after a short pickup. Hart will pick up only about a yard as we get a look at the offense for Matt Guggenheimer and the Lakers out of the South Suburban Conference. Similar strength, I would say, overall conference-wise as the Northwest Suburban. Some good football schools.
Yep.
Second down and long here for Prior Lake. Olson handing it off, sweep left, and well pursued, and nice tackle coming up to fill for the Crimson. Anderson on the stop for the Crimson as Souter doesn't pick up much of anything there, maybe a short loss.
Yeah, loss of about 1. They were going for the sweep with a little bit of an overload on the left-hand side, and Maple Grove's overall quickness really example there. They really came up and filled.
Olson looking to throw, and a flag down before this one can get started here, and it's going to be a procedure call against the Lakers. False start, push him back.
This is not what you want to start the ball game, obviously.
There's a look at Matt Guggenheimer, a native of Iowa, 9th year with the Prior Lake program. These teams will be in the same district for regular season scheduling play, and so perhaps could be playing each other on a more regular basis.
This is the first meeting they've ever had, right?
Yes. Olson, a little pitch. Nice job eluding the first tackle. Brandt able to come up and make the stop, and short of the first down is Jacob Rasanke. Nice little move right here.
There's a counter with a little forward pitch. Well played by Adam Brandt. Adam Brandt, a very active safety, does a good job of coming up and filling from his safety spot.
Jimmy Larson back in punt formation here for the Lakers. Isaac Collins, Clark Winicky waiting just into Lakers territory, so Maple Grove should get good field position here after they get a quick stop. Larson's punt, a low liner. Collins wants to field it and does at the 46. Collins is tossed to the turf hard there by Jacob Simonson, but still excellent field position for the Crimson. A return of 3 yards to the 49 And it will be Maple Grove and the Brad Davison-led offense getting their first possession.
And that was a pretty decent kick. Nice, a low kick with a nice bounce. Collins did a good job to field that on the bounce and get something back out of it, but still very good field position for the Crimson.
See what Davison has done so far this season. Stepped down and done a nice job. Doesn't run the ball a whole lot himself, and they're looking play action on first down. Davison going deep downfield and incomplete, overthrowing Sam Franta. Maple Grove looking to stretch that defense out and catch them playing run on the first play from scrimmage.
I think that's a very good call. Get that defense stretched out. Get those linebackers and defensive backs loosened up a little bit. And on the first play of the game, taking a shot right down the field like that's a good call.
You do stretch them out, but ideally you like to hit that too and make it go for 6 if you're going to catch them off guard. Hand off to Collins on the sweep, and he cuts it back hard near the 45. He'll be down at the 46-yard line. Pickup of about 5 for the Crimson. It'll bring up a third down.
A nice jet sweep using Isaac Collins' overall very good speed to try to get around the corner.
So they'll call it 3rd and 6 here for the Crimson. Their first possession after getting a quick stop of the Lakers. Davison gives it to Winicky, and not much there. Lakers stack it up well. And only about 1.5 yard gain. 4th down play coming up here for Maple Grove. And it looks as though they're going to bring in the punt team. Jebba Doe coming on.
A pretty nice defensive play by the linebacker, Russell Chase, and the down lineman, Jamal Johnson, to stop Clark Winicky on that play.
So look at Matt Lombardi, the Crimson head coach. Doe on to punt, trying to pin him deep. Simonson watching it bounce, fields it on the 10. And he'll pick up about 5-6 yards on the return, and Prior Lake. So after having to punt early, they come up with a nice defensive stop of their own, and they'll get the ball back. Although, again, the field position isn't really to their favor at this point, but try and get a little bit of a drive going.
No, they need to get a couple of first downs here at the very least, so they can try to flip the field a little bit. Obviously, they'd like to do more than just get a couple of first downs, but both teams with a 3 and out to start the game kind of sets a tempo for what we're going to be seeing tonight.
Olson turns and gives it to Hart, and he is stacked up, keeps the legs driving. Not an easy guy to bring down, but they got a lot of bodies to him initially. Grant Hemsey hitting him first and getting some help. But he does end up picking up positive yardage, about 4.
And you can see the leg drive, the size and the leg drive that Hart brings. Nice gain of about 4 yards, so 4 or 5 yards.
And most of that really on his own, because he was hit right at the line of scrimmage there. Olson now rolling out, looking to throw. Throws it on the run, and that one's into the Lakers bench in the general direction of Sam Schultz out there, but wasn't much doing and nowhere near him there, just threw it away.
Yeah, that was launched all the way into the cheap seat, so to speak. Not exactly sure, unless he felt like he just didn't have, it was basically a one receiver route, so.
No, we've got a roughing the passer call here, though it looks like against the Crimson.
I didn't even see him get hit.
So Lakers will get a first down via penalty out to the 36. You'll watch Olson throw this one on the run. And getting there a little bit late is Kristen Uhai there for Maple Grove. So first down here for Prior Lake. A costly one there for the Crimson. Handoff going up the middle to Hart. Ooh, wow, he runs right over Roman Collins. Or excuse me, not Roman Collins, Isaac Collins, his younger brother. And that'll be another first down pickup here. Watch Hart finish this run strong.
And look at him get the shoulders out over his knees. Makes a nice 10, 11 yard gain there. And that's going to be a key to the Prior Lake offense. If they can run the ball inside the tackles with their fullback game, that sets up their halfbacks with the sweeps and counters.
They go back to Hart, stacked up initially, almost broke free, but hanging on. The Crimson, nice stop there by Maple Grove, as you see hanging on around the ankle there is Dominic Thielen.
There's a lot of quickness on that defensive line. They get good penetration into the seams, but Hart's a pretty tough guy to bring down.
Olsen hit just as he gets rid of that one, and it will fall incomplete, looking for Rosansky. And the pressure got there. He had to get rid of that one quickly and took a pretty good shot, and this time a legal one, as Fondakowski gets there and right around the waist driving, and definitely impacted when he was able to, when he had to throw that ball.
Yeah, Chris Fondakowski does a really nice job of not only pressuring but hitting the quarterback. And Olsen was not able to set his feet and couldn't get the ball anywhere close.
They hand off on the little reverse and into the clear for the Lakers. Souter down the sideline, and Collins just catches him at about the 5 yard line, able to knock him out of bounds. So a huge gainer there for the Lakers. That little counter handoff.
In the wing tee language, that's known as counter crisscross. And that is a play that can be a big play, because it gets so many people on the defense moving one direction. Collins gets a pretty good lick on the running back as he gets to the sideline there.
From the 5 yard line, 1st and goal, weaving his way in for the touchdown, Jacob Rosansky. And the Lakers, second time with the football, they put points on the board. And so Prior Lake will take a 6-0 lead pending the extra point.
Well, we see a nice toss sweep here, quick pitch out to Rosansky, and nice run in for the touchdown. First score against the Crimson in this state tournament.
And on to attempt the extra point here is Tyler Hansen, who's got a cast on his left arm, but doesn't affect him too much kicking apparently, as he drills that one through. And so with 5:59 to play in the first, Prior Lake grabs a quick 7-0 lead. Set up by the 47-yard run, and then a nicely blocked run here.
Yeah, the left guard pulls out, kicks out, and you got a quick toss to the outside, so you get away from all of the people on the inside right now, and that puts a lot of pressure on the safety and the corner to come up and make the play. And when you got such short distance to the goal line, it's only a couple of 3 steps and you're there.
So Hansen will kick it off here for the Lakers. Maple Grove having to come from behind for the first time in the postseason, obviously. And
the first time in many weeks.
Yes. Winnicky and Collins waiting back deep here for the Crimson. Hansen will kick it deep. Winnicky drifting back to the 6. Winnicky well blocked initially here. He's out to the 40-yard line, and Crimson will get pretty good field position here as Winnicky, you see a hole, he runs right up that left hash mark. And a pretty good gap, nothing where it looked like he was going to necessarily spring it all the way here, but he's got room to run, makes one nice cut, and then brought down right at the 40-yard line here. So Maple Grove, and I asked Coach Lombardi, what's got to happen for you guys tonight? And he said, we need to be able to move the ball regularly, not just occasionally. And he was concerned that the defense of Prior Lake's strong, and they looked like it the first time.
Yeah, he said that he thought that they were as good a defensive team as they've seen all year.
From the 40, play action here for Davison as he rolls to the right and fires, and it is complete to Collins, and he'll be knocked down, and it's a flag at the end of the play as well here. Gains first down yardage into Lakers territory.
Very, very, very tight on the roughing calls, and they really officiating crew is taking. You're not going to put up with any late hits or out of bounds hits at all. Dead ball, personal foul. It's going to be 15 yards against Prior Lake. As we see Davison come around the corner and get the ball out to Isaac Collins.
There's the tackle, but then there's
the hit.
Yep. Russell Chase coming in late after Peyton Anderson had made the stop, and looking at it again, it's a pretty good call.
Oh, absolutely.
Ball dropped, and Collins has to just scoop it up and get as much as he can, which isn't much. They'll lose yardage on the play. You see the snap and just plain drop by Collins, who is in that wildcat look, and they'll lose about 3.
No matter where you are, when the ball's coming at you, you have to watch the ball all the way to your hands. He took his eyes off the ball, and the ball hit his hands and went right to the floor.
Had a motion man coming too, which serves as a distraction to the defense, but also to the guy receiving the snap occasionally too.
Especially if you got to catch it and hand it to him.
Davison dropping to throw, throwing a middle screen. Kyle Anderson the catch. Hart knocks him down at the 30, so well short of the first down. But a pretty good job to get by that first attempted tackle there by Kyle Anderson.
And this middle screen has been pretty good to Maple Grove the last couple weeks. They used it a couple times last week against White Bear Lake. It was very successful, and Kyle Anderson does a good job of running with the ball. He's a very tough guy to bring down once he gets his mitts on it.
So 3rd and 6 here for the Crimson. Davison, pump fake, throwing it up for Franta, and incomplete. Defended there by Peyton Anderson. Both guys kind of had a shot at this one here. They really didn't go for the fake. He gave it a little shoulder fake to try and draw that defender in, and Franta had to almost kind of break that one up. So now Maple Grove looks like they will go for it. And in this spot on the field, it's probably not that big of a decision to make, I don't think. It's the 31-yard line, 4th and 6.
And you don't have the kicker to reach a field goal. It's too much no man's land to punt. You just got to get your best football play and execute it as well as possible.
So big 4th down play. Davison dropping the throw, has good protection, throwing for Adam Brandt, and he's got it inside the 5-yard line. A strike for Davison to Brandt. And a pickup of about 26, and the Crimson in business, 1st down and goal. Brandt has been their go-to receiver. He plays a lot on D, obviously, but has been their top receiver this season, and you can see does a good job of crossing the face of the defender there and keeping him away from the ball.
Yep. Adam does a nice job of screening the defender with his body to make sure that he's the only one that has a chance to catch the football.
1st and goal from the 5. Schultz has been there at the fullback slot. Handoff goes to Collins. He stumbles, and he'll be short of the goal line as Logan Petersmeyer came up to meet him. It looked like Collins slipped a little bit on his own, too, as he made the cut, but he will still pick up 3 or so.
Yeah, it looks like he makes his plant on his left foot and just slips a little bit. And that gives Petermeyer a chance to come up and get on his legs and hold it to a short gain, but a gain nonetheless.
So 2nd and goal to go from the 2 here as Maple Grove looks to battle back from the early deficit here. Hand off to Anderson, left side. Anderson is in for the touchdown. Maple Grove is on the board. as Anderson plunges it in from a couple yards out, and they'll try for the extra point to even things up.
Well, Jay, that's exactly what you had said Maple Grove needed to do on this possession. They needed to get a good possession, and they took the ball right down from their own 40, had a nice 60-yard drive, helped by one penalty, just like Prior Lake was helped by a penalty earlier. Now we're going to have a chance to tie it up.
Knutsen's kick is up, and it is good. And so with 3:09 to play here in this first quarter, it becomes 7-7 here, Prior Lake and Maple Grove.
And we see a nice drive off the left-hand side of the offensive line, doing a very nice job. Open up a little seam for Kyle Anderson. Anderson takes it into the end zone.
So both teams forced with a 3-and-out the first time around, and then the offense's big plays really setting them up in both cases too. Similar in that they, like you said, a big penalty, but also then they, the Lakers, of course, had that 47-yard run by Souter, and Maple Grove, the completion to Brandt of 26 yards, each setting up the touchdown.
A couple of big plays. You got to have those big plays every once in a while to keep the offense going.
Knutsen slips as he kicks this one, and taken on the 16-yard line. Pushed up the left sideline is Bednarik, and he will go out to the 30, and first down for the Lakers here.
Which on their third possession now, that's by far their best field position.
So look at Prior Lake, how they advanced. They destroyed Armstrong in their first playoff game, but really got tested by Egan. They'd had a close game with them in their regular conference season too,
yes,
and ended up with a 20-14 win over the Wildcats. So contrast a little bit to Maple Grove, who really haven't been tested a lot. Here's Hart, right side. Hart breaking through a tackle, and he's out to midfield. Hart showing he can run a little bit and run with power. Obviously, we knew that part, but showing some speed too. Ran through a tackle right there, and he'll pick up 20.
And right here on the edge, there's a really good block, and just a shoelace tackle to bring Hart down.
First down, handoff right side, and another nice gain ripped off there by Andrew Oadunai. And he will pick up 8 on this carry. So Oadunai, another big contributor offensively, as they run a lot of different backs. A little bit of a contrast to Maple Grove, where it's generally been Winicky and Collins who are going to make things happen. Handoff going back to Oadunai. He lunges forward, and he may have enough for the first down with that lunge. Bondakowski in on the stop along with Uhai. And it will be enough for the first down.
Well, both of the fullbacks for Prior Lake are good size. Hart is 225 pounds, and Oadunai is 212, 215 pounds. So they're both good size, very hard running backs that bring a pretty good load right to the line of scrimmage there.
Here's a look at how the Crimson got here, and we said a little bit of a contrast. They had, you don't want to say easy games, but
no.
I mean 35-0 in both cases. Last week was only 14-0 at halftime against White Bear Lake, but they ended up never really being challenged.
No.
You know, there was one good drive for White Bear late in the first half that the Crimson ended up stopping inside the 10, but other than that, but obviously we're seeing right away. The farther you go, the more the competition level rises, and we knew that.
Absolutely.
See one of the coaches right there, guy you know a little bit there, Bill, that was in the huddle with the Lakers, right?
That's offensive coordinator Jay Lepper. Yeah, it was. Jay was the head coach at Jordan High School for several years, and has been at Prior Lake with Matt Gegenheimer now for his 5th season.
From the 39 here, first down for the Lakers, and again they go with that counter crisscross. Hart taking the handoff and able to drive forward there and hanging on to make the stop there is UA. And you can see, I mean, defenders are trying to hang on when Hart, I mean, he's looking to run you over, and it's a big guy.
Yeah, and you know, later in the game, that can be a factor because you get tired of tackling those big, strong running backs.
Up the middle again, and Oadunai down to the 33-yard line, give them about 5 more, and they have run the ball against probably as well as anybody has against Maple Grove this year, I would say so far.
Yeah, and that play is called the belly. The belly, that's the fullback belly, and the lead halfback that time was Alex Hart. So you've got a 215-pound fullback being led by a 225-pound halfback on the lead block. That's not a bad way to start.
Toss it to Hart. Hart cutting it up hard, and he will be short of the first down as he gets to the 31. Only a gain of a couple, but it'll be a 4th and short coming up, and certainly, again, like Maple Grove, in a spot where you'd obviously expect them to go for it here as we tick down under a half minute to play in this opening quarter. Prior Lake 7 and Maple Grove 7. A big 4th down coming up. 4th and a couple here for the Lakers. And they may not need to run another play here.
Yeah, they've got about 2 seconds difference between the game clock and the...
So they will need to run a play here. Very tight formation. They go to Hart. Hart will pick up the first down. And
got a
flag down on the play, though, in a spot where you might often see holding. So they get the first down with ease. However, it's coming back. It is indeed a hold on Prior Lake. So penalties an early factor in this game, no doubt about it. So we will end our first quarter there. Our score after one is Prior Lake 7 and Maple Grove 7. More state football coming up from Minnetonka on 12 Sports. As though we are not changing ends for the quarter. That must not have actually been the end of the quarter, as Jimmy Larson will punt it, and it's bouncing toward the end zone and will just get there. The Crimson had nobody over there, so there was no chance that they were going to be able to get to that one. And so now we get to the end of the first quarter after that punt. So we will change ends, and Maple Grove gets the football back at the 20-yard line. Your impression on that first 12 minutes, Bill?
Certainly a lot of excitement. Both teams moving the ball very well. A couple of really nice pass plays by Maple Grove, kind of unexpected a little bit. And Maple Grove throwing the ball on first down a couple of times. Again, a little bit unexpected. Prior Lake, not having seen them, but only watching them on film against Eastridge and Egan, they're a pretty good football team. They move the ball well with the running game. They've got a very nice running attack, and they're going to give Maple Grove all they can handle tonight.
Maple Grove, I think, has to be a little bit concerned about how much they've been gashed up the middle here.
Absolutely.
They've been pushed around a little bit so far. Their defense is not that big, but obviously they flow to the ball well. Davison gives on the delay to Winicky. Winicky, a nice hole up the middle, and brought down there by Zach Herbst for the Lakers, as he will pick up about 9, it appears. A little bit different look for them on basically a draw play there, not something that they're always looking to run.
Right.
Winnicky over 1,200 yards this year for the Crimson. So second down and about a yard here for Maple Grove, early second quarter. Davison handing off to Collins on the stretch to the outside, and he is cartwheeled down. Hart reaching out to get to him, and Logan Petersmeyer there as well.
Here we see the stretch, the power stretch play to Isaac Collins, who does a good job of lunging forward and getting the first down.
So first down Crimson from the 33, their third first down of the game. Collins is the Wildcat, and he drops it. Collins has to pounce on that, and that's twice in 2 tries that he's not been able to come up with the snap.
And again, it looks like it's a wide snap, but it looks like he just takes his eyes off it right before the ball gets there. And that's a hard loss for Maple Grove, particularly after getting a nice first down.
So second down and about 19 now for the Crimson after that big loss. Although on the plus side, they didn't lose the football. Here's
Right.
Davison taking the snap. Gets time, throwing deep over the middle for Franta. And it's almost intercepted and really should have been. Jack Cordes had it in his hands and couldn't come down with it. And the Crimson dodge a bullet again here.
So this is probably an ill-advised throw by Davison, because really Franta has no chance at this ball, and Cordes should have. That's a should have one there. Well, son, that's why you play D-back. If you could catch the ball, you'd be a receiver.
So third and long here for the Crimson. Franta and Brandt going out to the right here. Davison rolling to his right, throwing for Brandt, and it is incomplete, out of bounds.
I guess he did not hang on to the ball. Looked like he made a really nice grab right on the sideline. We couldn't tell whether he got his feet down or not, but he evidently did not grab the ball.
No, never held on. He was running out of room there anyway.
Right.
And you see, he gets one of the coaches a little bit for the Lakers. So Doe will come on to punt here. Simonson waiting back deep here for the Lakers. Doe gets it out of there, and it's a good kick. Simonson back to the 34. Crimson ripping at the football as they hem him in there, and he'll be brought down short of the 45-yard line, but good field position again for the Lakers.
And that was a very nice kick, but Maple Grove covers punts very well. And Lucas Burrington was in there trying to strip that ball out, and he had a couple of really good tackles last week on punts.
Yeah, they were happy with their special teams play last week, and something that can be overlooked sometimes. You obviously talk a lot about the offense and the defense, but specials can make a big difference too. They'll spot it on the 41-yard line. Play action, Olsen throwing it up deep down the middle, and incomplete. As Souter was coming back for it, it was underthrown because Olsen was hit, and he couldn't locate it over his shoulder.
Yeah, and he actually came back a little bit too much. Well, it's just like the interception, that one right in his hands. Those are the ones that really frustrate you.
So 2nd and 10 here now for Prior Lake. Handoff going out to Souter on the left side. And he is knocked down. Franta coming up with a great tackle there after a very short pickup.
Sam Franta does a very nice job on this jet sweep. of doing a good job of getting out and making a one-on-one open field tackle. If Sam Franta doesn't make that play, that's a big play.
So 3rd down and 9 here for the Lakers. Olsen, deep drop, and throws it incomplete. Yeah. Trying to fire that one out into the flat, looking for Wasanski.
If that was intentionally thrown that way, that was very good. He threw it right at the feet of the receiver because the receiver on the screen was covered pretty well. So
Winicky and Collins waiting back deep for Jimmy Larson's punt. A little bit of a rush coming. It's a low knuckleball. Winicky comes up to field it on the 30. Breaks the first tackles. Winicky still on his feet out into Prior Lake territory. So a nice return of about 24 yards. Brought it nearly back all the way to the line of scrimmage.
We see one of the things that Clark Winicky does really well, is very good at, is that spin move. You see where he spun right out of two tackles. And he's got good speed and good power, but that agility right at the beginning of the return is what got him out in the open, got him able to run. That's a very good field position. Second or third time tonight that the Crimson have had pretty good field position, really putting the pressure on the Lakers defense.
Davison hands off to Winicky and stacked up. He'll gain a yard or 2 inside the 45. Not much of a gap there to run through, just realized it and got as much as he could. So 2nd and 8 coming.
And that's been a pretty good play for the Crimson all season, because they get the motion across with Collins and gets the linebacker's eyes up, and then all of a sudden there's Winicky right in your face.
Anderson in there at a fullback slot this time, but a timeout called by Maple Grove. They'll use up their 2nd timeout here, as something wasn't right either personnel-wise. I think it was didn't have the personnel they wanted, or they got in there too late or whatever.
Exactly.
So timeout taken here with 8:04 to go here in the 2nd quarter of a tie ball game. Prior Lake and Maple Grove each scoring on the 2nd possession they had. And pretty even contest here so far. Prior Lake maybe a little bit of the edge with their ground game, but Maple Grove getting the football back in Prior Lake territory here with a good opportunity here early in the 2nd quarter. Eden Prairie, it sounds like trailing after one against East Ridge, the other quarterfinal game that's being played tonight. Still a little bit of confusion on who should be where, it looks like, for Maple Grove as they get out of that timeout. Anderson asking, where do I go here? And the sophomore Davison leading the charge out of there. Davison under some pressure now, going to tuck it up and try and run, and he is brought down hard. A little bit shy of the line of scrimmage there as Herbst coming up to get him.
Zach Herbst makes a
There is a
nice
flag down
tackle
on the play here. It's going to be a hold against Maple Grove, it appears, and see if the Lakers may decline this one.
That's a tough one to.
Illegal formation.
Yeah. So they are going to deny
declined.
Yeah. Yeah, the 10-yard penalty be a tough one to turn down, but a 5-yarder, and when you've had a loss of yardage on the play, making it 3rd and 10, that's a reasonable trade-off right there.
So 3rd and 10 here for the Crimson after the short loss taken there by Davison. Play action, he's in trouble here. Davison throwing and coming back is Collins. Did he get underneath it? Yes.
He did.
A little short of the first down, but he does make the catch. Ball was short, but Collins coming back hard. Got his hands underneath it.
Boy, and there's some good pressure on Davison here, and didn't get much on the ball, but Isaac Collins does a nice job getting his hands underneath the ball on the ground, rolling over with it and coming up with a very nice catch. As it looks like Jebedeau has come in to punt the ball. Now, you don't think Matt Lombardi would run a fake of any kind, do you?
Trying to draw him offside. Oh, and let's see, we had a jump, but Maple Grove flinched a little bit too as Adam Brandt was under there to take the snap, and it's going to be an offside call against Prior Lake. So penalties have definitely played a part in tonight's game so far.
There was movement on both sides of the ball, but the penetration came from the defense. Therefore, the encroachment, the offside, and on fourth and 2, man, that's a frustrating. That's a poised mental mistake right there.
So 1st and 10 now from the Prior Lake 32 for Maple Grove. Davison gives to Winicky, knocked back, and he fumbles.
Ooh.
And Davison may have gotten on this one, but maybe not. It comes out again. Prior Lake says they've got it.
The Lakers are saying they've got it.
And it will be Lakers football at the bottom of that stack as the recovery made by Russell Chase. And a turnover there for the Crimson. It looked like Davison was first to it, but he didn't come up with it cleanly. You know they're not. Yeah, you know that they're not just going to back off and say, "Okay, you've got it, quarterback," as he's the first guy there. Knocked. Yeah, he never did have it clean. There you see Chase able to rip it free.
Actually, Chase had it pretty good there, but he lost it once too. A pretty good scramble for the egg down there, but Prior Lake comes up with it.
So they force a turnover. Olsen throwing, and the pass is complete. Juggled just a little bit, but hanging on there was Sam Schultz.
Schultz makes a nice grab, and Sam Franta making a nice tackle right there. And that kind of shortens up the gain. That might have been a much bigger gain if Sam Franta doesn't get his arms around the ankles of Schultz.
2nd and 6 coming up here for Prior Lake. Or handoff to Hart, that keeps driving, and then the rest of the defense arrives and knocking back hard. I'm guessing Maple Grove has talked about that a little bit. I mean, they know they're a smaller team, but you gotta punish him back a little bit too, even though he's been punishing you. When you get a chance, when you get 4 or 5 bodies on him, just gently bringing him to the ground isn't always what you want to fire back at him a little bit.
You want to let him know that there are people there.
3rd down and a yard here for the Lakers, and there is Hart spinning his way forward out just beyond midfield, easily picks up the 1st down. And that's got to be a little bit of a concern for Maple Grove. Not just that you give them 1st down, but when it's 3rd and short and they punch it right up the middle for 5, that's not something they're all that used to seeing happen to them.
No. And and Alex Hart, you mentioned that he's a state champion wrestler, and wrestlers are tough guys. He's not going to go down easy for anybody.
Hart this time stacked up, wrapped up and driven back. As Jack Dahl McGlone and Uhai able to stack him up.
And you can see that there's 4 or 5 guys making the tackle, which is very good. But at some point, Prior Lake's going to run a fake of that play and get somebody out of position.
Olsen, quick little pass. It is complete to Schultz, short of the first down. But second completion on this drive and second of the game, actually, for Prior Lake.
And that's a very quick 1.5 second pass. That's a one-step, throw the ball, two-step, throw the ball play, and that's tough to defend. It's tough to get pressure on the quarterback. Now we're third and medium again here, third and about 3.
Toss out, and there's Jacob Rasanke picking up the first down for Prior Lake. They went with that quick toss.
That's the same play that they ran for the touchdown earlier in the game. And Jacob Rasanke is the smallest of the backs. He's a 5'7", 155-pounder. Got good quickness and good feet. And he gets around the corner pretty nicely there.
And the ball comes loose, and it's recovered by the Crimson. Souter coughing it up, and Franta comes up with it on one hop, and the trade turnovers back and forth as Franta saw that one coming. Punched down out of there. You see Souter looking for some space. He's got it in the left hand like he should, but then knocked away.
Yep.
As getting a hand on it was Grant Hemsey, and then a good thing for Prior Lake that they realized that Franta had the ball, or he might have been headed the other direction.
Yeah, because that ball just popped right away from the running back from Souter and right into the arms of Franta.
So first down Crimson on their 35 as they force a fumble after they had fumbled it away. Play action for Davison, rolling left, and his pass complete. Franta coming back to get it. He'll be, looks like just short of the first down, but a nice completion nonetheless as he hits him right on the sideline. Oh, it is a first down. He's got just enough. Franta, you see, being forced out of bounds there by Anderson.
We've seen Maple Grove throw the ball more on first down tonight, and I think part of that is to try to keep that Prior Lake run defense a little bit off balance. They've run 4 passes now on first down, which is unusual for Maple Grove.
Davison in trouble here, but steps around it, completes it to Anderson, and Anderson turns on the Jets inside the 40. Anderson diving forward inside the 35. So a nice play, a nice improvisation there too by Davison.
Yeah, Davidson does a nice job. He gets a little bit of pressure, steps up, gets the ball to Kyle Anderson. And Kyle Anderson, just like Alex Hart, after he gets going, he's a load. He's tough to bring down. And that's a very nice game. What about 22 yards?
So to the 34-yard line of Prior Lake here. 3:10 and counting here in this first half as Maple Grove. Collins takes the handoff on that jet sweep. Collins gets to the edge and dragged out of bounds there by Peyton Anderson. And Collins really just doing that one a lot with speed. It looked like it was pretty well strung out, but.
And Peyton Anderson slowed up. If he doesn't slow up, he might make that play for a 3 or 4 yard gain, but as it is, it's 8 for Isaac Collins.
And might be, is it an injury or equipment thing? No, it's an injury. Anderson.
And he would look like he was struggling to breathe there a little bit. But if he got a whack in the solar plexus, it made his breath a little short, a little knock of the wind out of you.
So it'll be a 2nd and 3 coming up here for the Crimson. Davison actually over there meeting with Coach Lombardi, kind of an unofficial timeout there, which Prior Lake probably isn't that thrilled about.
Yeah.
Big possession here late in the first half as Maple Grove trying to take the lead. They are tied up 7-all here with Prior Lake. Davison looking to throw, throwing it into the middle of the end zone. Did he catch it for the interception? Yes. Indeed. Peyton Anderson with the interception for the Lakers, and a great catch at the back of the end zone. Davison was under pressure and threw that one deep down the middle of the field, and Anderson makes a great play to get to it.
And Davison doesn't get a lot on this ball because he was pressured by Johnson, but Peyton Anderson makes a nice grab on that ball. And Adam Brandt just had no chance of getting to that one.
His only thing there was to hope that it was out of bounds, and it wasn't. So Prior Lake gets it on the touchback at the 20. Oh, and a nice stop right there by Greg Urquhart for Maple Grove as he is able to stuff the running back Rosanke there.
Here we see tackle trap counter, and that's as well played by Urquhart there as you can have it. He just stepped right up there and made that play. That was excellent. That's one of the real key plays of the wing T offense, is that comes off of your good fullback belly play, is that tackle trap counter.
2nd and 11 after the short loss here for Prior Lake. Handoff goes to Hart, and that's pretty well defended by the Crimson. Getting to him again was Uhai for Maple Grove. And the Crimson are going to use a quick timeout here. They hope to get the football back late here in the second quarter.
Yeah, with 1:58 to go in the half, that is a definite possibility.
So that is indeed their last timeout, but still worth taking in this spot here to try and see if they can force a punt and get the football back. Prior Lake's gone 2 for 6 through the air. Obviously look at it as a probable passing situation, but I'm sure they want to really protect the football here. And ideally you pick up the first down, but you also want to at least not take too big of a chance here. They are going to throw it. Well, maybe not. They've got a whistle here. Procedure call against.
Oh, timeout.
No, they took a timeout before that. Yep.
You got them, you might as well use them.
So Prior Lake facing a 3rd down and long here and talking things over as they try and get I'm guessing more than likely be looking at, relatively safe play, but something that they hope can be a kind of a catch and run. And
there you go. And what's a safe 10-yard play? That's the tough one. If we can come up with a good answer on that one, we'll be all right.
Couple seconds ticked off that shouldn't have. Is that?
Yeah, it was the
timeout was called, prior to the play there, so they put 2 seconds back on. And here we go with 3rd and long here for Olson and crew for the Lakers. And they got an early start on the right side of that line, it looked like there. So
somebody
the 3rd and longer.
Yeah,
you might be right. There were enough people leaving at once there that it might have been a little bit of on the center there.
And it's surprising we've had several on both teams. We've had several penalties that were probably not in line with what they would usually be doing. I mean, usually these are two teams are going to be pretty poised.
3rd and 15. They go back to that counter crisscross, and it works again. Souter getting down the sideline. Collins drags him down out over the 40. And a big first down via the run there for Prior Lake. 25-yard gain.
That's the second time they've hit that for a big gain, 47 and 25. The counter crisscross, and Souter does a nice confidence in Souter after he coughed up the ball the last time. The third and very long, and getting it out to the 40-yard line. Nice, 25, 27-yard gain.
Olsen fakes the throw to the right. Now he's going to throw it deep downfield for Souter, and it is incomplete as he was covered out there by Collins.
It's hard for anybody to run past Isaac Collins. But that's a nice fake on the out, looking for the wheel route, and just a little bit too wide.
So 2nd and 10 coming up for the Lakers here. Both teams maybe going to the air a little bit more. I think, well, you get it against an opponent that you realize you're not just going to be able to run run right down the field at them. So you got to mix it up a little bit here. Here's Hart. Plunges forward for about 3, maybe 4. It's funny how things quickly go back and forth based on down and distance here late in the half. Now Prior Lake's probably thinking we'd just as soon use the rest of the time up here.
They want to use the time, but they want to get a score before the end of the half too. I mean, it's in talking with Coach Gegenheimer before the game, he said, in a game like this, there's no lead that is too big. There's no lead that can't be overcome.
They go right back to Souter, and this time much better job defensively for the Crimson. Only about a yard gain here. Maple Grove's out of timeouts, so Prior Lake can let this clock tick down to not too much time to go before presumably punting it here.
Yeah, they'll have about a 3-second difference between the game clock and the play clock.
They may let it tick down and then use a timeout, or
or even take the delay and then just. Yeah, there's a 3-second difference.
So they will call the timeout. 5 seconds left here in this first half. We expected kind of a defensive battle a little bit here, and that's what we're seeing so far.
Absolutely.
Although there have been, certainly a handful of real big plays in this game. As Bill just said, Souter, a 47-yard run that set up the Lakers touchdown. He just had a 25-yarder on 3rd and 15, and Maple Grove, that one long completion to Brandt that got them inside the scoring territory inside the 10 was their big play. So a lot still to be decided. Close game heading into halftime either way here. Jimmy Larson, the punter. Collins waiting back deep. Here's a spot where you really don't want to give them anything to return.
No, you want to kick this ball low and away from Isaac Collins. Let it hit the ground and bounce and roll.
And he's going to knuckle one toward the sideline, out of bounds. The clock has ticked to 0, it looks like. So that is going to do it for our first half. And our halftime score is Prior Lake 7, Maple Grove 7. We'll have first half highlights and much more for you here. The second half coming up on 12 Sports.
It's time to drop the puck on a new season of boys hockey on November 21st and 22nd. Tune in for live coverage of the Channel 12 Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament from the Plymouth Ice Center.
Right tag gets in, free score!
Host Wayzata will be joined by Maple Grove, Holy Family, and two-time defending state champion Edina.
Nice move to the backhand, now he shoots, he scores!
All 4 games will be live on Channel 12 and 12.tv. Skate in for all the action starting at 5 p.m. each day.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams.
Michael Adams.
Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today.
Welcome back here to Minnetonka. Along with Bill Huntstock, I'm Jay Wilcox on 12 Sports. 7-7 Prior Lake and Maple Grove at halftime as we check out our first half highlights, starting with a big run for the Lakers by Cullen Souter. This one goes 47 yards before he's knocked out of bounds at about the 5 by Isaac Collins, and it sets up a quick touchdown here. Jacob Rasanke taking it in from 5 yards out, and Prior Lake grabbed an early 7-0 lead. The Crimson, though, coming back, a big completion here. Brad Davison to Adam Brandt down to just inside the 5. And that one, 26-yard play, sets up the Kyle Anderson plunge a couple plays later. Maple Grove evening things up. Clark Winicky forced back and loses the football here. The Lakers, after some scrambling around, end up with the recovery here. But then they give it back as well. Souter has it stripped there by Hemsey and recovered by Franta. So they cancel each other out. Those fumbles came just a few minutes apart there. And Davison late in the half throwing it up, and a nice interception by Peyton Anderson at the back of the end zone for the Lakers. As we check out our first half stats, Prior Lake has outgained Maple Grove in a big way on the ground. A couple of big runs, but also a lot of solid 7s and 8s for the Lakers. Maple Grove yet to really get the ground game going much at all. However, the Crimson have thrown for 84 yards in the first half, but overall Prior Lake definitely has the edge in that regard. 1 turnover for the Lakers, 2 for the Crimson. Prior Lake's been hurt more by penalties, though. Both teams had a key one early on.
Yes.
Prior Lake has continued to hurt themselves a little bit with flags. So we've got one half of football to go here at Einar Anderson Stadium at Minnetonka High School. Prior Lake and Maple Grove even up at 7 apiece here on 12 Sports.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
And welcome back here to Minnetonka. A little bit of light rain falling around halftime here. We're hoping that doesn't come out too heavy and be a factor in tonight's game. Boy, now deferring doesn't look too bad for Maple Grove here. You get the ball to start the second half, tied up at 7-7, and they want to get something established. Obviously, this is not a team that has been held to 20 yards rushing in a half very often. So they definitely want to get that part of things going.
And I think that, coming out from the half, they may want to say to themselves, they may have gotten in the locker room there at halftime and said, hey, we're going to come out and we're going to play Maple Grove football. We're going to come off the ball. The offensive linemen are going to come off hard. They're going to block people. We're going to just jam the ball from tackle to tackle and make them play against us and not give them anything.
Tyler Hansen will kick off here for the Lakers. Hansen will boot it deep. Collins to the 2. Collins cutting it to the outside, and he's going to be shoved out of bounds shy of the 20-yard line. Good kick coverage there by the Lakers, as got pretty good hang time on that ball too, and Collins just never really saw a seam develop, and he's forced to the outside, shoved out of bounds there by Desmond Deshay for Prior Lake. So on the 18-yard line, Maple Grove will get it 1st and 10. Davison 6 out of 11 in the first half for 84 yards, 1 interception. Davison will give it off to Winicky. Winicky a little bit of a gap, and he will pick up about 5, maybe 6 on the play on this first down as they go off left guard here.
Yeah, that's more what I would think that we will see Maple Grove doing here, particularly on 1st and 2nd down. Get the ball to Clark Winicky, let him ram in there and see what happens.
Second and 4. And up the middle and not much doing that time. Winicky stacked up right away.
That was
an injured player here for the Lakers.
Well played by number 92, Jamal Johnson. He just came right down the line of scrimmage and took a couple of people with him.
Injured player on the field, official timeout.
Winicky got to the 25-yard line, so pickup of officially a yard there for, I'm sorry, Anderson, not Winicky.
Yep.
And getting maybe his leg caught underneath him, it looks like.
But you can see on the replay there that Johnson just took the whole side of the line of scrimmage down and just closed things down. Watch number 92 right down the line, and he beats a pretty good offensive tackle to the inside there. He beats Coyote Owashika just to the inside, and boy, that was right now. Matt Lombardi was talking to me before the game. He said they've got a defensive tackle that can move pretty well, and he's huge.
It is Hart who is down. Gets up and able to move pretty well going off.
That's certainly a guy that Prior Lake would not want to have miss much. He comes out for a play or two.
3rd and 3 coming up for Maple Grove after the injury stoppage here. Davison handing off to Collins. Collins falling forward and not quite enough as he is brought down at about the 26.5-yard line. So well defended. They closed quick. It looked like he might have a little bit of a gap to squeeze through, but it didn't quite work out. Russell Chase on the stop there for Prior Lake, and so a punting situation for Doe and crew.
Russell Chase does a nice job of closing things off, particularly to his inside.
Ooh, the rush nearly got there. Doe with a very short punt. And they look like they must, did they get a piece of that one or not? I didn't see a signal to indicate it, but it
sure wasn't much on it.
Yeah, he didn't quite get it, but almost blocked by Zach Herbst.
But you could see that Jebediah short-legged that. He bent his knee, and that, he was lucky to get a nice roll on it. Otherwise, that would have been about a 15-yard punt.
So right at midfield, Prior Lake gets it after they hold the Crimson. So the idea of we'll get a quick drive to start the second half does not pan out here for Maple Grove. And out right side with the carry there goes Awadunai for Prior Lake. Awadunai is shaking through that first tackler, and Collins coming over there to make the stop after a 7-yard gain. Awadunai takes the handoff again, and he'll be very close to the first down, to the 40-yard line, and that's what he needs for the first down. It should be enough, and it is. So Awadunai back-to-back nice runs.
He's a nice break from Hart. He brings a pretty good load, but he's a very determined runner.
Just inside the 40, they're going to throw, complete to Schultz. Franta on the stop. But a nice rhythm pass there for the Lakers. Will gain him about 7 or 8.
Yeah, nice throw from Olsen to Schultz. Schultz does a good job of getting the angle on Franta. Franta makes a nice one-on-one tackle, but
Odunai with the carry, and he's knocked back. It looks like he'll be just shy of the first down. So he gets to the 30. So third down coming up here for Prior Lake. Key drive here early in the second half. They got the ball after a punt right at midfield and trying to pick up another first down. Olsen's going to sneak it himself, and he should have enough for the first down here, it appears. Much interesting, Bill, in that both teams don't run their quarterback much by design.
And I thought the way he ran this, Olsen had dropped the ball from the snap, but he obviously did not. It just that's the way he leaned forward. But he got good forward lean and a little bit of leg drive, got a yard or so, and that's all they needed.
At the 29 of Maple Grove, 1st and 10 here for the Lakers. Odunai takes the handoff, and look at him go as finally spun down at the 20. Pickup of 9 more, and they have been blocking well on this drive. You see Brandt helping to spin him down, and
yep.
I think it was Yulhe on the other side there that had him around the waist. So 2nd down and a yard here for Prior Lake as they try and take the lead back. And we've got a flag down on the play here.
Probably procedure. Yep.
Full start here against Prior Lake. They're getting a nice rhythm going. They're coming out of the huddle
quick and going quick and kind of keeping Maple Grove a little bit off balance. Yep, left tackle making a quick start.
2nd and 6. Here's that handoff, and Souter cut down. Franta gets there and knifes down low and cuts his feet out.
Here's the counter crisscross. And Souter is cut right down by Sam Franta. That was very well played, forcing a 3rd and long, loss of about 2 on that. So now some pressure on Prior Lake's offense to make a 3rd and long. Obviously, we're in 4-down territory here, so they've got to get 3 or 4 yards here to make a reasonable 4th down try.
Olsen handing it off. Souter trying to get to the edge, and he is knocked down. Fondakowski with the stop for the Crimson.
Chris Fondakowski coming up to make that play. And looked like Souter was going to get the corner, but well played by Fondakowski as he fights off the block from Rozanki and does a great job of making an open field tackle to force a 4th and 11 now from the 30-yard line. So this is a big defensive stand now for Maple Grove after
here's Olsen to take the snap here on 4th and 11. Drop into throw, looking deep down the middle. He's got a man wide open, and he drops it. Rozanki unable to hold on. Well-designed play. They had what they wanted, but he just couldn't come up with it, and it will be Crimson football as they hold on downs.
Rozanki goes by everybody here. He was all by himself, and Olsen just laid the ball out there for him, and that was too easy. Look at Rozanki. He is all by himself. Catch the ball with your hands, son.
They've had one defensively and 2 offensively that just couldn't bring in. And so Maple Grove bends but doesn't quite break there. 1st down from the 30. They go with the toss to Winicky. Here's Winicky for 3 or so.
Clark Winicky, the ball carrier.
So 2nd and 7 coming up. Big stop play that looked like Prior Lake. They had everything going their way, and that's when, especially for a running offense, penalties can just kill you.
Absolutely. Because it all of a sudden it turns that like we said, turns that 3rd and 2 into 3rd and 8, and that's a tough situation to deal with.
2nd and 7. They fake the handoff. Davison rolling left, lofting it for Anderson, and he's got it. Anderson into Prior Lake territory, and a first down gainer there for the Crimson.
Second time that Kyle Anderson has made a nice grab. This one is in traffic. And Davison doesn't put the ball, he just kind of lobs the ball out there, but Kyle Anderson grabs it and knows what to do with it. And gets turned, and ball is over midfield now.
At the Prior Lake 49, first down for the Crimson. Actually had 2 receivers right there and got it to Anderson. Toss to Winicky, and Johnson throws him down. Winicky looking for a place to hide when he saw Johnson coming toward him there.
Jamal Johnson is really controlling that side of the line of scrimmage. He comes off the ball hard, he's quick, and he's big.
So 2nd down and long here for the Crimson after the loss of 3. Davison rolling to his right, has plenty of time firing, and looks like the completion is good as Brandt wins the fight for that football. Coming up to try and take it was Cordes, but Brandt able to hang on.
Nice grab by Adam Brandt as he takes a pretty good lick as he's catching the ball from Cordes, but makes the catch, gets the first down, ball at the 39-yard line of of Prior Lake.
First down, Crimson. Davison faking the handoff, again rolling left. Wants Collins, and it is good as he catches it before stepping out of bounds there. Not an enormous gain, but a pretty good one on first down. Yeah. Didn't seem to be a lot of room to fit that one in. It was actually very well defended out there by Anderson.
I thought Peyton Anderson actually might have gotten a hand on it, but he didn't. And nice grab by Isaac Collins for a 7-yard gain.
And off, and Winicky stumbles in the backfield. Johnson was knocking his man back into him too.
Oh my goodness.
They are really struggling to get a block on Johnson, aren't they?
Johnson just basically knocks Winicky down with the offensive lineman.
MJ Dorn, who's not all that small a guy himself at 240, but he was driven back into the ball carrier there. So now a 3rd down.
And we're going to be in 4-down territory, I'm sure, for Maple Grove.
Davison throwing, caught by Brandt. He breaks the tackle and then brought down just outside the 10-yard line as pursuing back was Tyson West, or that would have been 6. They went for the pick, didn't get it. And Brandt spinning out of there.
Brandt does a nice job. Good hustle by the other defensive back. Peyton Anderson goes for the pick or the knockdown and misses it. And Adam Brandt, concentrating on that ball, makes a nice grab, turns and gets upfield down inside the 15-yard line.
Down to the 13 of Prior Lake. Maple Grove. Handoff goes to Collins, and he is stacked up, not much there. Getting there first was Nick Raditz for Prior Lake, and also Riley Streifel. So about a yard pickup is all they'll get out of that one. 2nd down and 9 coming for the Crimson. Ticking down toward the end of the 3rd quarter here. Each team scored in the first and no points since, 7-7. And kind of that kind of game, defense, field position kind of game with some big plays sprinkled in offensively. Davison again rolling left, throwing, and incomplete for Franta. Right near that pylon, Franta not quite able to stay on the field there, as it looks like he did catch it.
Yeah, he caught the ball, but I believe he's pretty well out of bounds. Yeah, he's never even close to being inbounds to catch that. So it's 3rd and 9. But I'm surprised that not that Maple Grove has moved the ball with the pass, but that's the only way they've moved the ball in this drive. They really haven't done anything with the run. And here we see a 3rd and long now.
Davison throwing, complete to Winnicky, but he is knocked down. A nice open field play. We do have a flag down on the play, right at Winnicky's feet there.
Yeah, it may be an illegal block. I don't know. The ball was completed in the backfield. It's not an illegal block, unless it's an illegal block.
Holding,
hold, yeah.
like. Prior Lake looking like they might at least give some strong consideration to declining it. It looks like that's the case.
Well, it's going to be 3rd and.
So it's a holding penalty here, but watch the nice play coming up.
Right there, yeah. So really no gain. Yeah, Cordes does a good job. There's no gain really on that play. So, wow.
Field goal try coming up here for Knutson. This will be a 29-yard kick. Collins is the holder. Snap. Knutson's kick is up. He has plenty on it, and it looks good. It is. And Maple Grove taking the lead here with 1:55 to play in the 3rd quarter. It now becomes 10-7. Crimson.
Knutson really gets a good shot here as he gets the ball up good and high quickly and right through the uprights.
A little more rain coming down here as Maple Grove grabs the lead for the first time tonight. Our other quarterfinal in 6A going on tonight is all tied up, Eastridge and Eden Prairie. So Knutson will boot it away here now with his team in the lead. First time we've been able to say that tonight. Yeah. Simonson and Bednarik waiting back deep here for the Lakers. He's going to go short with the kick again. Taken at the 25. And the 30, about to the 33 is Simonson on the return there for Prior Lake. You can see on your screen the rain has started again a little bit here.
Yeah, it's coming down a little bit harder now.
Obviously, these turf fields drain very well, so footing shouldn't be too much of an issue, I wouldn't think, but hanging on to the ball might be a little bit of an issue. And a nice run on first down here by Owedunai for the Lakers.
I was just going to say, I've not seen Alex Hart on the field now after he jogged off after that injury that he had on the defensive sequence.
4-yard pickup for Owedunai there for Prior Lake. They'll go with the little toss out. And a quick stop there as Rasanki is driven back. Getting there for the Crimson is Yulhe.
Here's the toss sweep. Rasanki looking to cut it up inside, and pretty good pursuit. Good cutoff on the cutback lane by the inside linebackers for Maple Grove.
Under a minute here. We go with the 3rd down play from the 39 here for the Lakers. Olsen firing for Schultz and incomplete, but a flag flies.
My goodness.
Franta arriving right around the same time as the ball, but perhaps just early. They're going to call pass interference.
Absolutely, yes, they are, and that's a, that's a really tough call. If you're a Maple Grove defensive player, you don't like that call. And if you're a receiver, you think that's a great call and should be made more often. It's just that close a call. There's a good double pump here. It's hard to see from our angle here that whether Franta was on the back of Schultz or not. If he was, obviously the call is a good one. If he wasn't, not so good. That keeps the drive alive for Prior Lake.
On the 46 of Maple Grove, and Anderson in there quickly to stop the run of Owadunai. And he'll get back to the line, and that is about it. See the time winding down in the quarter. They don't have to run another play here if they don't want to. Under 10 will go, although they do come out of the huddle and may in fact run. No reason really not to if you're ready either. Olson and flag down here.
Another false start. That's another, what, that's the 5th false start on them now? 5th or 6th?
So we just said no need to hurry, and they kind of look like they did, so they'll be pushed back 5.
1 second to go in the quarter, so
that will reach the end of the third quarter here now. Maple Grove taking the lead on the Knutson field goal late in the quarter. Our score after 3, Maple Grove 10, Prior Lake 7. The fourth quarter is up next.
It's time to drop the puck on a new season of boys hockey on November 21st and 22nd. Tune in for live coverage of the Channel 12 Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament from the Plymouth Ice Center.
Right tag gets in, free score!
Host Wayzata will be joined by Maple Grove, Holy Family, and two-time defending state champion Edina.
Nice move to the backhand, now he shoots, he scores!
All 4 games will be live on Channel 12 and 12.tv. Skate in for all the action starting at 5 p.m. each day.
Football game here as we expected coming in. A couple of 9-1 teams are seated 1 spot apart. Maple Grove now leading it by 3, 10-7 after a field goal late in that third quarter. Prior Lake will have a 2nd and 15 coming up out of the quarter change here. Back they go to that counter crisscross, and well defended this time as Souter. They've popped that twice for very big plays, but Maple Grove has adjusted a little bit. And
the defensive backs are not getting sucked in like they did earlier in the game, and that's a good play, but you can't come back to it too many times, because the defense will sit on it.
So 3rd and long here for the Lakers. Olson fakes the handoff, throwing it down the sideline. Flag flies. He went for Schultz. Franta is going to be whistled, though, as there was a lot of contact as they battled down the sideline.
Yeah, it's going to be a hold probably on Franta, which will be probably 10 yards and an automatic first down.
Call it pass interference.
Oof. I would have thought the hold, yeah.
Yeah, it's happening as we see it there.
Yeah. And Franta gets a pretty good knock on Schultz as he goes by him, and the ball is in the air.
They go with the toss out, and Sankey wrapped up there by Thielen.
Not a short pickup, but they're really struggling right now. Prior Lake is struggling to get to the flank because the Maple Grove guys are covering the flank very well. And one of the things about their defense is they want to take those wide plays and do what they call spill them to the outside, make the guy run to the sideline, and not give him a place to turn up.
Rasanke taking that pitch, and he is ridden down at the 31. So a third down coming up here for Prior Lake. Third down and about 6.
Well, third and about 6 is it.
Here's Olson dropping the throw, gets rid of it in traffic. The pass is incomplete.
Ooh.
Looking for Schultz.
All right, now here we see the quick out. Boy, there's three Maple Grove guys, and just not able to bring it in is Schultz.
Brandt got a piece of that one, it looked like, or certainly enough there to strip it down. And so now fourth down and 6 coming up here for the Lakers. Huge play here early in the fourth quarter. Olson under pressure, shakes off the rush, and now throwing it up deep. And Collins will intercept it inside the 5. Probably would have been better off batting that one down, but ends up with the interception.
And I have good pressure right there, and Olson does a nice job of ducking the pressure, and then nice interception, but not something that you want your D-back to do on 4th and 6. That cost you 35 yards of field position and put you in a very, very precarious position. I used to work with a guy that would have said that was a very selfish play, because the better thing for the team would be have the ball 1st and 10 at the other line of scrimmage.
See if Prior Lake will really come now with some pressure. Davison looking to throw. He's blasted as he throws it, and it is incomplete. Trying to go to Brandt, and Brandt wants interference called the other way. Boy, Davison really got blasted by Johnson.
Yeah, I like that. I like the call. I like throwing the ball deep out of your own zone, but you got to know where Jamal Johnson is, because he might arrive. And he doesn't make a big hit, but there's some hand fighting here on the receiver. But that ball was so overthrown that neither the receiver nor the defender had much of a chance at it. I certainly understand Adam Brandt's frustration, particularly with what happened in the last series, but a ball that much overthrown is tough to call a pass interference on.
So 2nd and 10 from their 2 here for the Crimson. They'll go to Winicky. Winicky fights through a tackle there, and a good gainer to give him at least a little breathing room here and bring up 3rd down and about 4.
A gain of about 6. Pretty well done right there.
So a key 3rd down here for both sides really here. Still a lot of ball game to go, 9.5 to play, but Maple Grove leading 10-7, but pinned pretty deep in their own territory here.
Yeah, if Prior Lake can force a punt now, they got a good chance of.
And it's incomplete as he tries to shoot it out to Franta, and now they'll be forced to punt from their own end zone. So Prior Lake, boy, the not knocking that ball down and intercepting it looks even worse now for Maple Grove.
Absolutely, yeah, that, and anything that happens in the end zone now is going to be nothing but bad. As long as Jebedeau can catch it and get the ball on his foot and get it out of there, then they're okay. But field position-wise, this is going to favor Prior Lake.
Simonson waiting back deep. A high but short kick. Fair catch called for and made at the 43. So Prior Lake gets the football in Crimson territory here at the 43, although no return. So that part of it, getting it up in the air, not a bad punt overall there by Doe, especially out of your own end zone.
Yeah, forcing the return man to make a fair catch is a good thing, because it's not going to improve the field position. You're going to get good field position anyway. So getting the ball up in the air like that, so number one, it didn't get blocked, and number two, giving your defense a chance.
Olsen giving to Owadunai, and he's got some room, dragging Gall McGlone with him. And looks like he may have enough and will have enough for a first down. So again, Hart not coming back in, but they got another pretty good fullback, as you said, in Andrew Owadunai, the junior at 6'1", 212, and he's had a nice game. Owadunai again taking it, this time knocked down as Brandt coming up to meet him along with Hemsey.
Boy, that's a nice run, but very, very good tackling by Maple Grove defenders.
So from the 30, second down and long 7, Owadunai takes the handoff again. Anderson gets in on his legs right away, a pickup of a couple. So a third down, obviously again in 4-down territory here. I wouldn't be surprised to see them continue to try and run the ball up the gut here, knowing that you do have 2 downs to try and get it.
Very, very strong power out set there.
And the pitch, and nothing doing there. Rozanki is driven back. Got about back to the line is it looks like. And 4th down coming up here for Prior Lake.
What do? Do you throw the ball back into the down towards the end zone again and hope the guy intercepts it again? But on that play, as we could see on the replay, that Maple Grove had almost all 11 guys up to the line of scrimmage. They had everybody inside the box, and that's there's no space to run there. Not only can you not block everybody,
Olsen will throw, and it is incomplete, and Maple Grove will take over on downs as he was looking for Hunter Sandness there, and it will be Crimson football. Big stop there after Prior Lake got the ball at the 43. Maple Grove able to force the turnover on downs there, and they'll get the football back.
And now it's imperative that for Maple Grove that they get a first down or two, and for Prior Lake that they force a 3 and out. So this is where the rubber is going to meet the road right now. A first down for Maple Grove will give them the field position to punt the ball.
Toss back to Winnicky, and that one is stuffed. Very short gain on the play, if any, for Clark Winnicky. They have done a very good job on him. For a guy with 1,200 yards rushing, he has not had a whole lot going his way tonight.
No, not at all. And they've used their power sets and everything, and they just cannot get the ball moving very well, tackle to tackle.
You got Schultz in there, moving back from the O-line back into that fullback slot, try and give him a strong lead block. Toss Winnicky, and he's wrapped up again. Lakers trying to rip at the football a little bit there as well. Short gain again, and it'll be 3rd and long here for the Crimson. Nearing the halfway point here of this 4th quarter, not many possessions left in the game. Maple Grove clinging to a 10-7 lead. Do you dare throw it here? I would guess yes.
Absolutely.
3rd and 7. Davison rolling to his right. He fires over the middle, and it is complete, and it's a big one to Franta for a first down out near midfield.
But Franta really did a nice job. I watched him the entire way on that route, and he just got deep enough and then settled right in the zone between 3 defenders and gave Davidson a chance to see his number and throw at him.
So out to the 49, a big first down right there for the Crimson. And the clock will now start up again here, 5.5 to play. Davison tossing to Winicky. Strung out to the outside, but he avoids a tackle and runs over one late, and it'll be a first down Crimson. That's the kind of run they've been looking for all night, and they get it right there. Gain of about a dozen and finish strong too. That really got the Crimson players fired up as you watch Winicky at the end of this one, able to finish strong with the run, although it was still a nice tackle too by Cordes. But
right, Cordes makes a nice tackle, but an 11-yard gain is what the big deal is right there. That was easily Clark Winicky's best run of the day.
From the 39 of Prior Lake, first down Crimson. They come right back to it. Winicky up the middle, now cutting it out right, and he's just tripped up. Ball comes skidding out late, but he was already down. And he will pick up about 13 or 14 and another first down.
All the way to the 26-yard line, as we see Clark Winicky making a nice move on Cordes there, sliding to his right. And if he trips over his Peter Doyle's feet, and
first down Crimson at the 26 now. Back they go to Winicky. And Winicky knocked down after a short gain. Maybe 2 on the play, it looks like.
A gain of about 2, but now the enemy of Prior Lake is not only the field position but the clock. The clock is clicking down, and they don't have the ability to move the ball in big chunks of yardage quickly. So, you know, they've got to not only get the stop, but they've got to figure out a way to get the ball downfield and get a score. Very tough order right there.
And off to Winicky. Winicky has some space, dragging a tackler with him as he's down to the 15 or just inside.
So that's going to be another first down for Maple Grove, as number 64, Alex Nelson, limping off the field. So now we're down to 3.5 minutes to go in the game. This is critical for both teams. Obviously, Maple Grove does not have to score here, but they are chewing up big chunks of clock here in this drive.
Back to Winicky they go. Winicky a little bit of space there as he nears the 10-yard line. He'll pick up about 4 on that first down play. So it's actually working out better for them that the way they're picking this up.
Absolutely.
You know, a little bit of time here and there. They're using up a lot of clock.
Yep. And they're really, you know, that's exactly what Maple Grove has done all season long. This is the first and only time all day that they've really been able to move the ball with the running game the way they have done all season.
Second and 7, coming back to Winicky. And Winicky sprawling to about the 7 or 8 yard line here. Third down coming up. Third and 3 coming up here for the Crimson. Will be under 2 minutes most likely by the time they snap this ball. Absolutely. Here. Prior Lake absolutely needing a stop.
Yeah, this is absolutely critical. This is third down. They're going to stop them twice more on short yardage here.
And looks like the Lakers take the timeout, but they, wow, they cost themselves a lot of time.
A lot of time there. Yeah, they gave up 10 seconds after the ball was spotted, ready for play, but they really, you know, this is not a bad time to take a timeout. Get yourself organized and hope you can keep them out of the end zone. But that's the real challenge right now. It's 3rd and 4. You just don't want to give them a first down, but now they can use up you know, if you've got a couple of timeouts, if you're going to have to use your timeouts and hope that they don't get a first down.
Winner of this one takes on Eden Prairie or East Ridge, and Eden Prairie, after struggling some for a while, is now pulled ahead by 2 touchdowns over there in Woodbury, 28-14. So here we go. Here's third down play and possibly a fourth down play after it. Hand off to Collins. He is hit but bounces off it. And still not going to have enough for the first down, but did a good job to avoid going down in the backfield here as he is hit. Spun out of that Tyson West tackle.
But he's
Another
short by a
timeout for the
good 2
Lakers.
yards. Yeah, he's short by a good 2 yards. So good penetration by the Prior Lake defense. But now at 1 minute and 48 seconds, it's going to be very hard. Even if they stop them now, it's going to be very hard to get the ball downfield and score.
This might be a strange question, Bill, here, but do you consider a field goal at this point if you're Maple Grove?
I don't know why you wouldn't, for a couple of reasons. Number one, you force them to score a touchdown, but here I'd almost opt for doing what Matt Lombardi's chosen here, to run the play. Even if you don't get the first down, you don't get the score, you force them with very little time to go the length of the field.
So here we go with the 4th down and 3 play here as Collins comes in motion. Handoff, Winicky, and he is going to be close. Prior Lake looks like they've stopped him. Going to be just short of the first down. And so Prior Lake
I think
will get it back.
I think he got further than the line to gain, but I don't think the football did.
Yeah, you see it squirt out of there.
Oh, yeah. So it was a fumble by Winicky and recovered by but Clark Winicky fumbled it and it was recovered by Prior Lake, but Prior Lake student body very excited about the turnover. That's a great, not quite a goal line stand, but that's about as close to a goal line stand as we're going to have.
Olsen dropping into his end zone, throwing it up deep, and he has a man and almost intercepted by Collins. As Collins getting over there to break that one up. Rosanki was open, but he had to wait for this one.
And Rosanki doesn't play it as well as Collins does. He doesn't really go after the ball.
So a 2nd down and 10. Both teams running guys in and out, frantically trying to get over there. Olsen getting the play from the sideline here. Olsen dropping the throw. Fade down the right sideline. A lot of traffic. And incomplete here. Looks like we might have a flag down and probably an offensive interference call, I would think.
Yep.
As Ben Ward, there were bodies in the way, and he tried to kind of push his way through there. Looks like they may decline this one. It is offensive pass interference. Penalty declined, so just going to be an incompletion here. You see Ward, there's just somebody in the way there, and he gives him a little push in the back there. Is it Burrington? And so bring a 3rd and 10 here for Prior Lake. 1.5 minutes to go and 95 yards to go to the end zone. Olsen again drops into the end zone, now stepping up. He's going to try and run, and he is dumped after a short pickup there as Urquhart getting to him, it looked like, And now the clock stops with a timeout taken here by the Lakers.
Yeah, they really need to get the timeout. They need to get organized and get themselves. I don't know if you got a good play for fourth and 9 at your own goal line, Jay. What do you call there? You call the 11-yard play or what? This is where I favor. I believe that, when you don't have a lot of time left and they're going to take away the deep routes on you, I think it's a good idea to throw your 5 and 6 yard routes. Hope your guys can catch it, turn upfield, and then try to move the sticks. Trying to get 12, 14, 15 yards or getting a big chunk all in one play is very, very challenging, especially against the wind. The wind is pretty harsh in the face of Prior Lake, and the ball has floated on Olsen a couple of times in this
Here
drive.
he goes, rolling out to the right, under pressure, throws, and incomplete. Franta coming in to break that one up as Schultz was right at the sideline. And Franta got a hand in. Olsen was hit just as he was throwing it, so the Crimson will take over on downs.
And that will pretty well seal the game. My guess would be that we'll see Maple Grove with they'll run 2 plays and run the clock out here.
So a minute 12, all that remains. No timeouts for Prior Lake. Maple Grove may even just kneel on it.
Yeah,
here.
they can do the old victory, take a knee here.
And it looks like that's indeed going to be the case as Davison will take a knee here. Maple Grove look like they're going to pull out a close, hard-fought defensive battle here.
This is exactly what we thought, Jay. It was going to be a defensive battle. Both teams stepped to the line, even here at the tail end of the game, with everything looking to be falling away from them. Prior Lake stops Maple Grove deep in their own zone. They just could get no offense going at all this half because Maple Grove's defense stepped up and got enough offense to get the field goal, and that'll push them on to playing Eden Prairie next week.
And that should be the final snap needed here for the Crimson.
Yep.
As they will win their 10th game of the season and move into the state semifinals.
And very tough loss for Prior Lake. This is a tough one to lose, but both teams played hard. Both teams gave it everything, and a couple things didn't fall Prior Lake's way.
So 10-7 Crimson, our final score. We'll be back to wrap things up here from Minnetonka High School in just a moment. You're watching the state 6A football playoffs on 12 Sport.
So I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Welcome back here to Minnetonka. We have set up the semifinals in Class 6A football now as Maple Grove scoring a win here Friday night and also Eden Prairie. And we're joined by a couple of the Crimson guys. A tough 10-7 win here over Prior Lake. Sam Franta, this game was a lot of defense. You guys are, came up big, especially in the second half, making some stops. How much fun was it out here tonight?
Oh, this is the best night of my life. I mean, we came in knowing it was going to be a dogfight, and it was exactly what it was. And we knew it was going to be fun, and it was the best night of my life.
You guys were able to come up with some big plays late. I mean, getting that pass completion to get a first down out in your midfield. The offense obviously didn't score a ton of points, but you made plays, some big plays when it was needed on offense too, right?
Yep, we got some players that can step in and fill some roles, and that's kind of what we got to do in desperation time.
They ran the ball pretty strong against you guys in the first half. What did you do different in the second half?
We kind of got together and we went over the plays that we were struggling with, and we just figured out what we had to do, and it was a nut check, and we had to go and get it.
A lot of people are intimidated by playing Eden Prairie, but how about you guys? Do you look forward to this kind of challenge?
This is what we've been looking for.
All right, congratulations. Nice job here tonight. And Chris Fondakowski, you guys come up with some big defensive stops. Did they surprise you early when they were able to run the ball strong at you, or did you guys expect that a little bit?
Well, we expected them to run strong. We just had to get a feel for a couple of the plays, and then once we got it down, we shut them down the rest of the game.
You guys knew that this one would probably be a tight defensive kind of battle. Is it one you've been looking forward to? I mean, not that 35-0 isn't fun, but this is kind of a night where you really see what you've got too, right?
Yes, this is very much what we want. We want to prove ourselves, and we are looking forward to playing better teams as we go on, and it's just the best for us.
Last year in the quarterfinals was a very close game as well. You guys didn't end up on the top 10 that time around. How big is it to be one of 4 left, one of the semifinalists now?
Oh, it's great for us, and we owe it all to our defensive backs. They made some big plays when we needed them to, especially Isaac Collins. He just shut them down for us, and that's all we could ask for.
All right, congratulations on the win. Have fun in that semifinal.
Thank you.
And Kyle Anderson making some big plays on both sides of the football tonight. How much fun was this game to be a part of?
Oh, when you get into playoff time, when the weather gets cold like this, there's nothing better than a little bit of football, at the beginning of a weekend. So we get better and better as, the competition gets harder and harder, and I think that's going to help us when you get deeper into the playoffs here.
Prior Lake's a pretty physical team, and they came out and got after you guys a little bit early on, but did you start to make some adjustments and take some things away from them there?
We definitely knew that they were, going to be a big, strong team. They're going to come right at us. Their whole team is about over 200 pounds, and I'm about the biggest guy in our defense, about 205. So we knew that we were going to have to, play fast and keep our feet moving on tackles. And once we got the physicality of the game going and got the rhythm going in the second half, especially, we were able to fly around, and we know what they were doing, so we just made the plays.
How big was that drive in the fourth quarter, even though it doesn't end up in the end zone, but to be able to move the ball well enough to basically eat up the rest of the clock?
Our offense has been really good at doing that all year, eating up a lot of clock and keeping the plays going downfield, getting 2 and 3 and 4, and then breaking a pass for 14 or so. So that's really allows us to control the game in the end, and sets up our defense to get good field position and sets us up to make big plays in the end and take home the trophy.
All right, great job here, Kyle. Have fun in the semis.
Thanks, Jay.
All right, Kyle Anderson helping Maple Grove to the victory here tonight, 10-7 the win, as they will move into the semifinals to take on top seed Eden Prairie. Great ball game here tonight. Congratulations to Prior Lake as well, as they reach the state tournament here in 2014. Again, your final in this one is Maple Grove 10 and Prior Lake 7. For Bill Hunstock and all of our crew, so long from a suddenly windy Minnetonka High School here on 12 Sports.